Good morning, everybody. My name is Karla, and you've reached my FlossTube channel, KarlaBeingCrafty, where I talk about mostly cross stitch and crochet, but also other crafts that I enjoy and a little bit of life thrown in. As you can see, Bagheera has made a little appearance here. I decided, you do not want to see that end of the cat. I decided to put on cat TV for him. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's gonna go sit on his hassock right there. I put on cat TV, so if you can hear like twittering, like it sounds like we're in a forest, it's because we have cat TV on, and hopefully if a commercial comes on, I can hit it fast enough with the mute. He really likes cat TV, especially this one video that I have. It's chipmunks and squirrels and birds in little woodland settings, and basically just, you know, flying on the screen or walking on the screen, eating nuts and whatever. And he's just fascinated by it. It's so funny. I wish you could see him, because he's sitting on his little stool right there in front of my desk, and he's just like staring at the squirrels that are on the screen right now. He's not like twittering or making that like he wants to attack. He's just very, very, very interested. So I do put that on for him occasionally. I do not leave him alone when I have it on. I don't trust that he's not going to try and attack the TV and knock it over. So yeah, so if something happens and I suddenly jump out of the picture, that's it. But I think he's gonna be good. And so he can watch the TV while I'm doing my video. So I want to say welcome. Today is FlossTube number 260. It is Sunday, November 24th. We are 4 days away from Thanksgiving here in the US, which means a 4-day weekend. First, it means lots of delicious food, and then, oh, there we go. And then it means 4 days off of work, and kind of really ushering in that sort of chaos of the holiday season at my work. December's kind of weird because it's, you know, relaxed in one way, but in another way there are like end of the year deadlines that, you know, clients who haven't made whatever, you know, IRA contribution or taken their RMDs or whatever little financial planning thing, you know, that needs to be done, you know, there's a big panic, and there's only so much I can do. Actually, RMDs I don't worry about, because I keep track of that all year, and I have a chart. I'm very good about getting everybody to get their RMDs taken, which means required minimum distribution for those of you that aren't aware. And if you have an IRA when you get to a certain age, which is 73 right now, you do have to start taking annual distributions, because you put that money in tax-free and Uncle Sam wants his share. So that is the required minimum distribution. But anyway, so there sometimes is some chaos with people wanting to open, like, you know, last minute IRA accounts, or making last minute contributions, or whatever it is. Sometimes there is some end of the year chaos. So, you know, and then my boss usually is gone for several weeks on whatever trip his wife has planned for the holidays, and, you know, so there's all kinds of stuff that happens in December. So it's kind of like, in one way relaxed, in another way not. Ooh, there's a big black squirrel on the, pretty, I've never seen one of those. Very fluffy tail. That looks like a cat tail. Okay, so anyway, so Thanksgiving, which is Thursday, will start that season. I'm really looking forward to Thanksgiving this year. Lorraine's daughter is supposedly a gourmet level cook, and I have been sort of open invitation to whatever events they have. I am, you know, invited, and they're like, you do not have to come, of course, you know, don't feel like you're obligated, but you are invited. And I'm like, I will be there, of course. I'm like, because Thanksgiving, I love Thanksgiving, and it's always been since my family moved, it's one of those like, where am I gonna go? Am I gonna be alone? You know, as you guys know, last year I did sort of a remote Thanksgiving with Aaron and Stacy, and I cooked my own little single person Thanksgiving. Although, you know, it wasn't sad single person Thanksgiving. It was kind of elaborate single person Thanksgiving, and I recorded it all for you guys. So, but anyway, so I do have a nice place to go this year, and I'm looking forward to it. I am planning on making some frosted cranberries to bring over, which is kind of just like a little appetizer. It's not, I wouldn't even call it a side dish. It's sort of like just this little extra. They're kind of like candied cranberries, and I made them several years ago and just was like blown away about how delicious these things are when it's basically just cranberries, raw cranberries and sugar. And so I might film it for you guys, because I know some people have been a little bit sad that I haven't done any cooking videos lately. I don't know if my setup here is going to allow for that, and I don't know. I mean, it was never an issue before for me to think about like filming in front of other people, because I didn't live with anybody else, but now I do, so I don't know how I feel about it, so we'll have to see. But I mean, the candied cranberries is like as simple as can be. You basically just make a simple syrup and soak the raw cranberries in it for a while, and then drain them and let them dry and coat them in I use baker's sugar because it's super fine, and that's it. And these little things, if you like cranberry at all, it's amazing. I mean, you know, like raw cranberries are so sour. They're not sour, but they still are crunchy, and they like pop when you bite into them with that nice little, you know, that pop. They're really good. So anyway, I think that's what I'm gonna make on Saturday. I mean on Wednesday for Thursday. It's not that big of a contribution, to be quite honest, but that's about all I can handle this year. So I think it's gonna be pretty small Thanksgiving, because Lorraine's daughter and her son-in-law are just having a lot of like family health issues with his side of the family, with a lot of older relatives, and you know, so it may be small, but I am sure it's going to be delicious. It's going to be nice company, and I'm going to thoroughly enjoy it and enjoy having 4 days off. Okay, so pretty normal work week this past week. If you can hear that dog, that is my new fur roommate, Sammy. He's a really good dog, but he does take his job of being protective of the house very seriously. So anyway, you know, again, differences with being in a different living situation. So anyway, that was Sammy. So as I said, this past week was pretty normal. Nothing really happened at work. My coworker was out for most of the week. Her husband had to go in for some, surgery that was fairly major. He is dealing with a cancer issue. So he went in for surgery. It went really well, and yeah, she's just helping him recover. I think she's gonna be back at work next week. I don't know exactly. She may probably be, you know, in and out. I asked her to please just come in for a couple hours on Wednesday so she can do payroll, and she was laughing at me, and she's like, yeah, I have to come in and do payroll for myself, so don't worry about that. But yeah, so that's really all that was going on last week, so nothing too exciting. Okay, so Baggy's going back to watch his, well, there's nothing on the screen right now. Oh, there's the yellow bird. Okay, so he's going to watch his birds and squirrels. So whips. I did do crafting this week, which yay me. I'm kind of getting back into the swing of that kind of thing. But as I said last week, a lot of my crafting time was focused on crochet because I have these 3 scarves that I want to get done as gifts for my niece and nephews as birthday presents. One of them is already like way late. The other 2 I have some time, but I think I might just kind of package them all up together when they're done and send them all at once. So probably Reagan's will be right on time, Hudson's will be way late, and Logan's will be early, but maybe he might want to open it early because it's a scarf and they already had snow there. They're in Michigan. They had their first snow already this year, so it's probably getting time where he needs it. So let me show you the cross stitch that I did first, and then I will show you the crochet project sketch. Okay, so I worked on 3 cross stitch projects this week. Black Pearl, which I am so close to a finish, you guys. So this is by Primitive Hair, but I have sort of made it not quite as primitive, I guess. As you know, I do weird things. I did it on a green fabric that I really like, and changed all the colors and did it with silk floss, and I am very close to finish. I am still not totally used to having to use a board, but because of the lights behind me, if I don't, there's a big glare. So there we go. I guess she still does look kind of primitive, just different than the model. So as you can see, she's done completely to down here. I have a little bit more of, you know, this little decoration to do, and a little bit more of the sparkly thread to put in there, and then she will be done. So yes, I really like her. I don't know, this is like one of those starts, you know how you see them on somebody else's FlossTube, or you see it in passing and just, you know, it'll strike you, and that's basically what happened with this one. Just loved the idea of the mermaid on the swing. I just loved it. And I do have a frame for her already because she's kind of a weird shape, but I wanted to frame her kind of in the long skinny frame. I'm gonna have to find it. It's just a very plain black frame, and then I'm going to put sand dollars in the corners. I mean, that's my intention. We'll see how it looks when it's done. So that is the Black Pearl by Primitive Hair. Okay, I worked on Lemonade, or When Life Gives You Lemons, Make Lemonade. It doesn't really have a title because this is a Congdon from Cross Stitch for the Soul. It's that one, but again, because it's me, I use colored fabric, and I also the colors that I chose are, you know, similar to the colors in here, and I use them if I had them. Like these two I think are the exact called for, but like the greens and the yellows, like I don't, for whatever reason, I don't have a lot of yellow in my stash, so those are not the same, and the blues and greens are not exactly the same either. Why do they have commercials on cat TV? It's meant to be watched by cats. Cats are not going to be buying any products. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know. My cat, I could see him dialing the phone and ordering something from China. Oh my God. Baggy was such a monster yesterday. I could not believe it. I think he was stalking Sammy like all day. Lori will put Sammy outside on a chain, because he likes sitting out in the sun, whatever. It rained a little bit yesterday, so that didn't last very long. But when Sammy is outside or Sammy is in Lorraine's room with the door closed, we'll let Baggy have the run of the house. For the most part, he's in my room, and he's good with that, you know, or we'll move the baby gate so he can have like my room in the hall and the bathroom to explore, you know. But we basically are keeping Sammy and Baggy separated because they're not, it's not that they're not getting along, it's just, you know, there's been incidents. And yesterday, I think Baggy was like watching Sammy through the gate, which he does all the time. I don't know what got into him. He was feeling his inner Puma or something, because I went to go move the gate and he darted out. So he escaped, in other words, which normally he doesn't try to do that, but he darted out, made a beeline for Sammy, who was just like laying on the couch doing nothing, and jumped on him. And I still don't know if he was actually attacking him or if he was playing, because Sammy didn't get hurt. But Sammy is a big baby, and as soon as the cat like landed on him, he started squealing like a stuck pig, and it sounded like he was getting his throat ripped out. So I went, you know, obviously chasing after, you know, Baggy. No, Baggy like jumped off of him and then went darting back into the room. Sammy had not a scratch on him. So I don't know if Baggy is attacking or playing, because with animals, it looks a lot the same. And unfortunately, I don't want to, you know, we don't want to figure it out by having them attack each other or hurt each other. But I couldn't believe it. It was like so embarrassing. It's like having, you know, your child do something super naughty. It just, oh, he was feeling something yesterday, because he was proud of himself that he made that beeline, attack the dog. You know. Okay, maybe I shouldn't let him watch cat TV. Those video games. Okay, so this is Lemonade, and this is on, actually not a hand dyed fabric. This is a hand bleached fabric. This used to be a red, like a Christmas red, which I don't have a lot of use for, but you know, I had a couple pieces. I have a couple pieces of that bright Christmas red. I have a couple pieces of like bright Christmas green. So I kind of want to bleach that one too and see what happens. But anyway, I bleached this, and I wanted it to be a little bit more modelly than it came out, but I still think it's really pretty. And yeah, so that's what I'm using. And let's see, I think I finished this green line, which I think wasn't complete before, and just I'm continuing with the words, the lemons. So I think it's really pretty though. This is gonna go in the kitchen when it's done. I tend to like lemons, so I brought over, when I moved, I have a couple glass lemons, and we have a fruit bowl on the kitchen table that has like apples and stuff in it, but it also has my glass lemons, and I have a lemon, some lemon dish towels and some lemon, a lemon tablecloth that Lorraine has been using on our kitchen table. So yeah, so this is gonna go nicely in the kitchen when it's done. Right now, there's nothing much on the walls in the kitchen, and Lorraine has said, no problem, you know, put up whatever you want. But I'm not really in decorating mode yet. I'm still in unpacking and organizing mode. So eventually we'll get to the point where I want to start putting up more decor, more of the decor that I've made. My little ornament tree though is out on the counter and has been out there since before I moved in, so I think it's gonna stay there. And then the last thing that I worked on is Purple Allium, which is my current Reolist kit, which again, I have changed the fabric to something that I did myself. I thought, you know, purple, opposite of purple on the color wheel is the yellow, and I think it looks pretty. So I worked on this flower. And again, Riolis is, excuse me, the acrylic wool yarn. And I enjoy working with it. So the colors in this one. Sometimes if it's like not very much, I'll take it off and put it on floss drops or something, because I kind of hate unwinding it, but I also hate taking it off and having to cut it to size and all that kind of stuff. So if it's like 2 cards, I just tend to leave it on there. It's a laziness thing. So that is it for my stitching for this past week. And then I have quite a bit of crochet. Now, the first thing to show you is Hudson's scarf, which I started this 3 times. So the first time I did it in Tunisian simple stitch, because I thought that would look really nice. But the problem is this is Brunette baby blanket, which is a really bulky, super bulky chenille. I wish you guys had seen the cake or the skein when it came in. It was like a football. It's huge. And really, because the Tunisian crochet makes such a thick fabric, it was too much. It was too bulky, and yeah, it wouldn't work. So then I started again. I thought I'll just do double crochet. That'll go really fast with a large hook. But I made it too wide. And again, I thought this isn't going to work. So then I pulled that out. So basically that was 2 evenings of work that I then pulled out the next day. And then I decided I did it again a little bit narrower. Now, I kind of wish I had gone even a little bit more narrow, because I still think this might be a little bit wide for a scarf. So we'll see if I really feel like I want to pull out the entire scarf, because I finished it and start over. But I think it'll be okay. So again, this was Brunette baby blanket chenille, and it's super soft and cuddly. And I did it in just a double crochet, and then I did chain stitches on the ends. And the way I did it, it ended up looking kind of scalloped, which I liked. So this is it. This is the scarf for Hudson. So it is very, very thick and snuggly. Now, I think I talked about this last week, that originally I was going to put some Mario Kart patches on the ends. But talking to Stacy, she said he's not as much into Mario anymore, but he's really into this sort of horror game thing called Five Nights at Freddy's. So she sent me a patch for that, which is gonna go on here. So I think that'll still look really kind of cute. So it'll personalize it. I'm just gonna hand sew it on, and the colors still work. Yeah, so I think I'm going to put it kind of in the corner rather than in the middle. I think it'll look better. But that is for Hudson. So Hudson's, the crocheting part is effectively done. Unless I want to redo it and like make it narrower. But I don't think that that's really necessary. I think that it's meant to be something that you wear outside and kind of bundle up with, and you know, I think it'll be good. And it feels really nice. It's very snuggly and squishy, and yeah. And this was, I think, called Primary Dot. Okay, then for Reagan, I am doing a corner to corner crochet using the pattern for the Pretty Pashmina by Pretty Peaceful, which I'm making for myself, which I've shown you guys. But I'm using the exact same technique, but instead of making it a wide, pashmina, I'm making it narrower so that I can turn it into a scarf. And what my intention is to do half of it. So I'm doing the colors of her new cheer, team, which are black and gold. And then, so I'm gonna make half of it with, I'm using Crown Colorama Halo. So half of it I'm doing it with this. Which is called Graphite Frost. And I don't think I'm gonna get really into the white. I think, you know, I'm just gonna keep going until it's big enough. And I think what I wanna do is an infinity scarf. So I'll make it, you know, each end like maybe this long, I think, and then sew them together and twist it and sew it so it's a double infinity scarf. I think that would look really good. So I'm on, you know, first half. So this is as wide as it will be, which is still wide, but this one is really lacy, so it'll bunch really nice. So yeah, so I have to keep going until it's like this wide, and then the other half will be this, which is called Beeswax Frost. So again, I don't know if I'm gonna get full on into the very lightest color, but it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna keep going, and then, you know, the two lightest and the two darkest sides will be sewn together and twisted, and it'll be a double infinity scarf. I think it's gonna be really pretty. I mean, and it feels really, really nice. So that is the one for Regan. And then for Logan, I am making kind of just like a regular scarf, but I'm using his pride flag, and then I'm going to be making sort of a 3D amigurumi, if you will, D20 that it will fit into, so you can roll up the scarf and he'll have like a physical, you know, D20. I think it's gonna be cute. So I've got 5 of the blue triangles. I have this much blue left. I don't know that I'm gonna get 20 triangles out of this, so I think I'm gonna have to do I think what I'm gonna do is do 5 of each of the 4 outer colors, and then do numbers on them with the white. I have my other 2 colors over there, which I'm not gonna get up and get them, but I did finish these 2, and I'm waiting. I can't do the next stripe because I don't have my white yet. It's on its way. I think it was supposed to arrive yesterday, but I don't know if it did. So I'm just doing linen or moss stitch with this because I like doing it. It goes pretty fast for me, and I think it looks really pretty. So yeah. So there's that. So yeah, so this is 1/5, I guess, done. So there's 3 more colors, so it'll be like this way. And then I have to finish the triangles, and, you know, one edge will be sewn into the triangle and it will roll out. Does that make sense? Yeah. So doing all of that crochet did keep me sort of busy with craft-wise. And I also started a poncho that is again a pretty peaceful pattern. I saw her, you know, I saw it came out last week that she put a video out on it, and I just really liked the way it looked on her. And it's, you know, I've talked about making garments, like I'm not really ready to make like a sweater or something that's fitted, but I do like the idea of having, you know, things that I can wear, shawls, etc. And her philosophy or her way of doing stuff is really kind of like very simple stitches, just using a really pretty yarn. Often it's single stitches or double stitches, or this happens to be double crochet, and you basically again are using the mandala, which I love. I mean, I love all of the colors. That's the thing. It's like, I sit here, I look at a project like this and I'm like, okay, I want to make like 5 of them because there's 5 colors of, you know, of the mandala yarn that I think would look great. So this one that I'm using is called Troll. I think this is the same colorway that I used in the Thick and Quick when I made all those baskets, like at the very beginning of my crochet journey, but it's going to require 3, and I had 3 of this particular one, so yeah, so that made that decision for me, because I'm like, I don't want to buy any more right now. I mean, I kind of do, but no. So basically it's just double crochet. It's just, you have to double crochet a very, very long piece, very long. And then what happens is when you're done, you just fold it in half and you crochet like 12 inches, and then the rest is open, and it just looks really cool. And what I have noticed in my new place, when I go into my room at night, I have a tower fan, and I have to have it going at night. There's an overhead fan too. I can't use it because it freaks out Baggy. He does not like the overhead fan. I don't know if he's afraid of it. I don't know if he thinks it's like alive. He doesn't like it off. He's very aware of it. So putting it on, I mean, maybe this summer when I need it or something, then I'll try and get him acclimated, but there's no point now with all of the stress that he went through in the move. There was no point in just adding something that was freaking him out. So I don't have that on. But I do have a tower fan. And I need to have it on at night. I sleep hot, I wake up sweaty, and I need the airflow. It's not even so much, especially in the winter, coolness thing, it's the airflow thing. So I usually put it on when I kind of get comfortable stitching or crocheting on my bed, and I like the airflow, but then I'm chilly, because the other weird thing about me is I cannot sleep with sleeves. I have to have like spaghetti straps or a tank top or something like that. I don't like sleeves when I'm sleeping. So I've been a little chilly, so I'll wrap a blanket around my shoulders or something, but it would be really nice to have sort of a crocheted yarny thing that I made to be able to wear at night, you know, when I'm needing the air but but being chilly. So anyway, that is where I am with that. So I did start that thing, but it's very easy crocheting, but I have these other things I need to do too, so I don't know. And then I have my pashmina for me that I'm also working on. So I have plenty of things to crochet. I haven't gotten back to my temperature blanket yet. So there's that, and I also have that triangle blanket that I have hanging there. I haven't even looked at it since I packed it up when I started moving. I think the temperature blanket for next year is going to be put on hold until the following year. I think I have enough to do, and I'm probably going to be ending up finishing the temperature blanket for this year, next year. And then, you know, again, I will have plenty of projects to work on, and then I can refine what I want to do for the strawberry patch blanket in 2026. So yeah, I don't think that's going to happen next year. I did buy a bunch of the yarn for it, so I do have it, and I still want to make it, and I really like the idea of the temperature blanket. It's just, it was going really well when I was kind of keeping up with it, and then having the big break with the moving. Now I'm way behind, and you know, and it's going to be more of a, I don't want to use the word chore because that's too negative, but you know, it's something that I have to, it's a project. It has become another whip that's, you know, that needs to be addressed. So plans for next week, again, glorious 4-day weekend. Maybe I can get some finishing done. There's a couple things that I have done that I did want to get finished. So we'll see if that is something I can accomplish. Hopefully I'll get some stuff done to continue the moving in process. My piles are getting smaller, but you know, they haven't completely gone away yet. I really, if I do what I should do today, I have a bunch of laundry to do, and I should do it. It's not that hard. Laundry room is right outside, like next to the garage. It's a detached garage, but you know, it's still right here. I don't know. My ambition doesn't feel that high, but we'll see. But yeah, so I'm going to continue with the crafting that I'm doing. I did pull out this project because I was thinking about it. It's like, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this done this year, but I definitely should be working on it in December. And that is my Hanukkah Noom, which I don't have a really good picture, but let me see. Yeah, this is kind of crappy black and white, but you get the idea. And these are the colors. And let's see, so last year when I started this, I just got the tip of his hat started, but it looks really cute. And I'm doing this on a piece of Angelic 14 count opal Aida. This is a Under the Sea, but look, I mean, I think it looks really cute. Why is this so dirty? Ugh. Toner on the fabric, that's not good. So yeah, it's gonna look really cute. What? You want to say goodbye to everybody? So I'm gonna have to be careful with this now, seeing that the toner can get all over my fabric. Look at this. Dirty. Hopefully that'll rinse out. I need to try that. Try to rinse it. Okay, so that's, I want to start working on that, continue on the projects that I have the possibility of getting finished this year. I'm still thinking about doing a whip parade, but it just seems a little overwhelming right now. But I do like doing them, so I don't know. It's a little bit of a struggle. Anyway, I think I'm getting into my rambly phase. Let's see if there's anything I want to talk about that I didn't talk about. No. No. So I wish all of you, if you are in the United States, happy Thanksgiving. If you're not in the United States, hope you have a great week. And, let me know what you're doing, what you're up to, what your Thanksgiving is gonna be like, what your Thanksgiving traditions are. I love to hear about Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's always been one of my favorite holidays. I've always loved the food of Thanksgiving, cooking the food of Thanksgiving, and just the 4-day weekend. I am definitely not a running around shopping and doing stuff. I am a sitting around in pajamas watching movies for 4 days kind of Thanksgiving person. Doing extra crafting, just that kind of thing. Just being relaxed, and it's nice being with family, and hopefully I'll be able to kind of have a phone visit with my family over the holidays, over the Thanksgiving holidays. And now I have my roommate, and we're having fun watching some movies together. She's actually doing a play. She hasn't done a play in quite a while, but she got called to do a little one act. They're doing like a holiday series. It's like 6 little one acts. And she got called in and asked to do a part, which is really fun for her because she hasn't done a show in a really long time. She's not really driving now, but everything's all worked out, and there's people who can pick her up, people who can drive her home. And so, and it's a very light rehearsal schedule, like one or 2 days a week until, the middle of December. And then, so I will have that to go see. So she's very excited about that. Tiny little, one act, but still, she hasn't been on the stage in 2 years or so. So it's nice to dip your feet back in. Everybody that when I go see shows, they're like, are you going to direct again? Are you going to be back on stage? And it's like, I really want to. It's just, it's too much right now. It's just, yeah, it's too much stuff, too much for my body and mind and stuff to deal with right now. Going to work and coming home and everything is enough for me. That's why I started a channel, so I could have another outlet when theater became more difficult. So anyway, yeah, so tell me your Thanksgiving traditions, special foods that you guys like. Also, I have noticed that I did a loop start video. It was like my third video that I did when I first started my channel in 2019, and that video gets viewed pretty much every day. So obviously the tips and tricks, the little videos do help people. Is there anything that you guys want to see me do? A little thing that, I've done a beading video. I've showed how to do my method of full coverage. I've done loop start, I've done pin stitch, I've done all those things. Is there anything else that I talk about that you guys would like to see? I just showed how to do dyeing of my fabric, or how I dye fabric. So yeah, let me know if there's anything that you might want to see or know about, tips and tricks kind of thing, that you would find helpful, that you'd like to see demonstrated, and I'll see what I can do. But I think that's it for now. So again, have a great week, you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. And until I see you again, please remember to be content, be kind, and be crafty. We'll try and use the little remote thingy. It always requires 2.